so much. Fine, thank you. And you? Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. I can tell that I can see that one of you is very excited to be here. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. Today we are also very pleased to welcome the Abbott's family. His children are here visiting on this weekend here. So welcome to you as well. So how's your stay so far? We have a child here who is very afflicted. It's okay. Don't worry about it. If those of you who have a little bit of skills, you could try. If you're not afflicted, you could try sucking away his anger, his tantrum energy, and see if it stops. It keeps on building up in waves. Okay. So try the skills to help him out a little bit. You see, when he's like that, suck up his tantrum energy. That's how much precision you can have, and then it's going to build up again and suck it up again. See? Anyway, so that's how you can help. This is what Chan meditation skills is very, very handy if develop skills, first of all, to help yourself, okay, so that you can help yourself first by reducing your afflictions. Okay, you recognize that you have afflictions, meaning afflictions comes in a form of especially negative feelings that you have arising from greed, anger, stupidity, the three poisons. Okay, so we get afflicted because we typically have these negative emotions arising from our three poisons. Okay, and so once you recognize that you have afflictions, meditation is a very powerful process. It will help you remove all those afflictions. Okay, so that when you don't have afflictions, then you're able to see clearer and actually eventually develop the skills to help others who have afflictions. And one of the things that immediately, eventually, especially you monks and nuns will learn to use is the ability to deal with the negative energy that arises from the three poisons. So I said, again, the young boy here, when he throws tantrum, that's excess energy in his mind that you monks and learn can be aware of that and learn to remove it. Okay, take it from him. Okay, only that energy. Okay. I let you try it. I've been doing it to him, so that you see he screams and he stops, and he screams and he stops because we take it out. Okay, your turn. Hey, if all of you do that, he's going to become a vegetable. He has no more anger left. You see, see how you observe the nature of anger right there. It builds in waves. You see, it builds in waves. It peaks. Okay, so you take it out. It peaks again. You take it out. You remove it. Okay, and it keeps on building until he gets tired. Okay, so that's just life. Chan meditation. You learn to develop the skills to, first of all, take care of yourself. Okay, you have to be able to learn to take care of yourself. And then those skills will eventually enable you to take care of others, help others. And you see, and I just showed you only the gentle way of handling it, so that we don't create offenses. We're not fighting; we're only neutralizing. Okay, that's how it works. So now let's get the old monk try that. When Master Abbot. Wait until he screams again, and then take out his energy, and you see him slow down immediately. See? That's how he stops, as if he needs to take his breath. See that? All right. Let's see, what shall we talk about today? Today, I also like to introduce to you our novice from Venerable Xianan from Korea, and also Jumi here from Korea as well. They're here visiting. They've been here for for the cheese. Okay. Excuse me. Chị hút cái sức mà nổi nóng đó thôi. Hút đó nè. Ngồi đó hút được. Tụ chuối nó đang điện. Hút vào cho đó. See? Hút một cái nó phải hết hơi. All right. Sorry, no translation from Vietnamese to other languages. This is private skills. Huh? Okay. Okay, so our visitors are from Korea as well. They've been here for over a month now, and they've been working hard during the Chan Chis and the Pho Chi the last month or so, and I'm very pleased to see they progress as well. It's not just talk. Meditation to us is we take it very seriously because that's how we work on our health, our both physical and mental health. And it turns out here, CNN here is older. I think he's like 70, 90, 80. No? Something like that. And so I asked her, do you want to improve or you want us to treat you with kids' gloves? And she says, I want to improve. I said, good. And then you have to work hard. And actually, she's been working hard. She's improved, actually. It's amazing, folks. It's just fascinating to me to see how these people, all of you, many of you, come here and take advantage of the Chan program, Chan training program to improve yourself. It's real to me that in particular, it used to be the case where it would take us years for our students, our trainees, to be able to make it to the range, what we call the formless realms, meaning it's 5th samadhi through 8th samadhi. That's the top tier of the samadhi that most spiritual practices can achieve. So now these two, for example, from Korea, have been able to reach the formless realms, samadhis, which is very impressive. So congratulations to both of you. Okay. Why is it important? It's important because it calms them down. Okay, meaning they're not as afflicted as before. They don't get as afflicted as easily as before. And if they get afflicted, then they are able to get rid of their afflictions a lot quicker than before. And I discovered that the reason that these people have been improving quickly is because they simply follow the instructions instead of trying to understand too much. Chan meditation is about doing the things that you need to do in order to enter samadhi and open your wisdom. It's that simple. Okay, and again, I need to stress to you, it's not something that you can understand, because what happens is, in order for you to enter samadhi, meaning a state of concentration, state of absorption, your thinking mind has to stop. Okay, samadhi, by definition, is Sanskrit and means a state of concentration that you can enter with your mind. Okay, and by entering samadhi, your mind will stop. Meaning that, let's say, for example, right now you're afflicted by the crying sounds. Okay, that affliction there, if you dwell on that, it keeps on growing and growing and growing. Okay, so you actually are draining your energy. Okay, and most people would react to that external circumstances, by the noises, by the commotion, by either dwelling on the affliction is this is too noisy. I didn't come here for this. This is beyond my control, and you get afflicted, and so you become a victim to the circumstances. Whereas some others are more savvy. They pretend it's not there. So they put on their earphones and they do something to distract themselves. Okay, that's another way for people to deal with it as well. Okay, and that's also how people in the world react to what people in the world typically do to stay in control of their environment. Okay, by using the mind to deal with it. Okay, and no matter how you use your mind, you are still victim to your afflictions. It bothers you. The noise bothers you. The screaming a child really affects you. Affects most of us. Yes or no? I don't know about you. I don't like children, but that's the very reason why I don't like children. They are uncontrollable. Okay, they have the mind their own. There's nothing you can do. Okay, and so I don't know how Chengdu there can choose to have 2 kids. Both of them are uncontrollable as well. So what you find is that use your mind, okay, to cope with your afflictions is not enough. You still have this annoying, the affliction underneath that bothers you, okay, because your child being in distress bothers you. Yes or not? Yes? I mean, it's not your child, but geez, it's a baby. And then you think about, what did the mother do? What did the father do? It on and on and on, right? It's natural, because that's what we are, victims of our thinking mind. We're too smart. We're trying to understand our environment, okay? The more you try to understand, the more difficult it is for you to get rid of your affliction. Okay, that's our truth. Okay, whereas in Chan meditation, if you have some meditation skills, okay, you can first, for example, tune out the sound. You can scream all you want, you can't even really hear it. Okay, it's a skill you can do. So you can let your child scream until he gets exhausted. And it doesn't bother you, okay? It's just noise, okay? Because in meditation, by the way, one of the first skills you find out that you're able to do is that you meditate, after a while, you can't hear the sound anymore. Anyone? That's one of the first, oh good Lord. Even instantaneously, sometimes you're not sensitive enough to realize it. It's commonplace. There's no way for you to improve unless you go through these stages, okay? Where you disconnect from your sense organs. Okay, you're able to do that. Okay, that's why you can shield yourself from the external environment, the noise. Okay, for example, a good meditator can be in the midst of a marketplace where it's noisy and it's chaotic, and he's still able to enter samadhi because he can tune out the noise, the sound, the smell, the everything from his sense organs. Okay, this is skill. That's all. Okay. So that's why you if you were to use your thinking mind, okay, to cope with your environment, it has its limits. Whereas if you are able to meditate, okay, the meditation skills that you develop enables you to drop those your afflictions, okay. And the affliction arise. Afflictions, what are afflictions? Afflictions, as I said, afflictions are negative, especially the ones that really are harmful to you or not good for you are negative emotions. Okay? They're not constructive. They're destructive. They destroy your mind. They destroy your body. Be aware of that. Hey, you. Be aware of negative emotions, negative feelings. Anger, okay, especially many of you's typical reactions, you know, who did that to that baby? Who did what to that baby? You know, that kind of thing. But it's a lot more going on than you understand, that we are able to understand, okay? So for you to try to use the thinking mind to understand it, you will not get to the bottom of it, unfortunately. Okay? It has, for example, causes and conditions. In the past, in Buddhism, we're very naive in a sense. In the past, the role could have been reversed, meaning in the past, you believe in the past lives, the mother was a child, and the child was her mother. So he used to scream her head off. Now she has to endure the same thing, okay? And that's her retribution, so-called retribution, okay? You see, the Buddhist sometimes is really naive in the sense where when we think of cause and effect in Buddhism means that what happens to us is the karmic retributions or what we did in the past. If we did plant good causes, did good things in the past, okay, then now we receive good results. In the past, we scream at our parents. Now our kids scream at us, okay? So that's called retribution. That's basically the principle behind it. That is the cause and effect. And once you understand that, it's easy for you to be able to let go and forgive, if you will. Okay? When someone wrongs you, someone yells at you, someone causes affliction to you, you're able to, if you look at it from that Buddhist perspective, cause and effect, then it's either something that the result of something you did in the past to that person. Now you are receiving the reaction to that. Okay, force equals reaction. Whatever you did bad in the past, it will come back to you eventually. It comes around. It will go around, and so that's why you're able to let go of that. Or you also tell yourself that if you do something negative, then in the future you have to endure the consequences as well. That's why you don't punish people, you don't harm people, even though they do something bad to you. Okay, so that's why it's called wisdom, because you don't create more offenses. You don't add more oil to the fire. You don't generate more fires yourself. Okay? So that's the first type of wisdom you develop naturally. All right? Yes, you too.
Emily has a comment. She says, sharing a new experience dealing with my mom's anger yesterday toward a young waiter. My mom was so afflicted, her anger grew. For some reason, I was very calm and seemed like I wasn't there. But suddenly and calmly, I said Emitofuo and felt my mom look at me, and she immediately stopped her anger like a 360-degree change. What's interesting is that I never did that before, like it wasn't me, but it was.
Excuse me, I can't really hear anything at all. You could increase the volume a little bit. It's okay. Let him scream. It doesn't bother us. It doesn't bother me. Increase the volume. Repeat that. Okay.
Okay. Emily says, sharing a new experience, dealing with my mom's anger yesterday toward a young waiter. My mom was so afflicted, her anger grew. For some reason, I was really calm and seemed like I was there, but I wasn't. And suddenly and calmly, I said Emitofuo and felt my mom look at me, and she immediately stopped her anger like a 360-degree change. What's interesting is that I never did that before, like it wasn't me, but it was.
Yeah, congratulations. What happened? This is actually, it's quite commonplace. When you practice meditation, you will enter this thing called samadhi, where your mind is at peace, where you feel very, very calm. Okay? Once you experience that state, okay, you like it. It's very pleasant. Okay? And once you are able to reach that kind of mental state, you're able to enter it again when necessary. And so in particular, in her case, in Emily's case, she's able to, in that particular moment, able to enter samadhi. That's why she's not even afflicted. She's very calm. It's real. Okay? And because of that, she's able to, as her story illustrates, stop being a victim to the mom's anger. Because if you let someone else's anger make you afflicted, you are but a victim. That's it. You are a victim right there. So you need to resolve that. So instead of fighting, instead of justifying yourself, instead of trying to make sense of it, okay, the immediate thing I urge you to do, okay, is to try to enter samadhi and not get afflicted. Get rid of your affliction immediately. Clear your head, period. Okay? The poor mother is afflicted. You see that? The whole time. Because, the child is screaming, everyone else is looking, and they probably are thinking, you're the mother? So what can you do? So you see, so that's why it's not easy. Yeah. On any other questions or comments? Yes, in the back. Blue.
Thank you, Master, giving us this extraordinary teaching moment. This is, usually I'm very sensitive to noises. This is the first time ever I hear the child screaming, but it just doesn't register.
Oh no, you're losing your hearing.
And I have some kind of bodily sensation, like my skin is tingling, and my eyebrows were like a kind of jumping. Thank you.
I don't understand. Is that from the reaction to the screaming, or?
I don't know. Because you told us to absorb his energy, so I've been trying to do this.
I see. So she's the culprit. She's the closest. Okay. You see, that's the energy right there. Okay. I had the same kind of experience a long, long time ago when my skill was much lower than most of you. Okay. The visitors, I don't know your level yet. That's why I can't. I don't dare touch you. But back then I was like second dhyana or something. Okay. And I was staying in my brother's house, and he's like to smoke pot every day. Okay, so one day I told myself, I said, I'm a monk. I can't. I got to do something about this. I was afflicted. Thought I could help everyone, thought I was supposed to help everyone. So what I did is I came to his room, to his bed when he wasn't there, when he was at work. And I said, well, let's try to absorb this drug energy here. So I absorbed it, and it has this tingling thing, so that I experience it all over my body, so it's interesting because the sensation is very unusual, so that maybe explains partially why people like to do, marijuana and stuff like that, because it feels good. It has these sensations that we don't normally get. Okay. Yes, Blue.
So maybe we can get the same sensation by having a screaming baby.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. I'm glad you brought it up. I taught you this. I told you this because I want you to be, aware that we are developing skills to help us cope with our own environment. Whatever comes, we can learn how to deal with it, by first controlling our afflictions. We don't get afflicted no matter what, That's how we keep our head clear. Because if your head is not clear because you're afflicted, then whatever you do is not probably the best thing possible for you. But if your head is clear, then you are much better, much better position to solve the problem. Agree? This is common sense, And so that's what you do that. Once you do that, and primarily by entering samadhi. When you face with this kind of situation, it's fairly easier for you to enter samadhi. When you have the need, you say, I need to help this child here. So that's why I seize the opportunity to teach you, all of you who have samadhi skills to enter samadhi, an opportunity for you to use your skills, and to see that it can make a small difference. Even your skill level is not very high. Actually, it helps the child because his mind is full of negative energy that he can't handle it himself. So he had to release it by screaming, by afflicting others. This is what happens to us. When we're afflicted, what do? We share the affliction. Here, have some of my affliction. Isn't that what we do? Especially Cordelia, she shares her affliction with her partner, doesn't she? No? Okay, and that's what I would do. But that's what happens naturally. Whoever comes near you when you're afflicted, they get to share into your afflictions. This is how it works out there in the real world. Okay, when you're by yourself, then you're not really infecting people. But when you're with others, it's even worse than the COVID-19. Okay, the COVID-19 cannot go through your mask, but your afflictions can. You infect a lot of people around you just like that. Okay? Yeah. So you see that like in what Jane gave the excuse, the example is that she herself was able to, because she had felt the need to do that, she wanted to do that, was able to absorb some of the negative energy, and because that negative energy actually is not good for you. Okay. It has a negative impact on you, on your mind in particular. Okay? But your samadhi power is stronger than the energy, and that's why it's harmless to you. Okay? You can release it fairly easily, neutralize it fairly easily. Because the boy is at the desire level. Jane's level is at the formless realm level. So come on. It's like night and day in terms of intensity, in terms of strength. That's why it can be easily neutralized. All right? And you see, and I explained to you to see the nature of that anger, right? That his tantrum, he builds it up and he screams to release it. See that? And so we wait until it builds up, we suck it out to help him release naturally. Don't do it before, okay? You do before, then he doesn't scream at all. Okay, then it's no good. It's no fun, not fun. Let him scream his head off. Okay, and then that because he's in the process of releasing it, so we pull it out so it comes out even quicker. So we don't use as much strength. Okay, it's just like judo. Okay, we use the opponent's strength to throw him, okay, out on the ground, okay? That's how it works. All right? It's just noise. What's the big deal? It's not even our kids. What do we care? Are you okay, Chris? Yeah. It's not the mother's fault. Okay. Anything else? All right. So it's fun, actually. At first, it's hard work, but once you develop some skills, it's kind of fun to be able to apply the skills in your daily life. It really pays to meditate. Yes, Blue.
Thank you, Master. Whenever I go to work, I used to try to calm everyone else around me down. Before, it was a lot harder, and it makes me really tired. But after doing this, I can seem to be calming the whole room down fairly easy. And after work, I'm not tired at all. So it's kind of fun.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing with us. That's also true. What happens is that if you're calm because you have, your mind is, because you're not as afflicted, then in the state of calm there is also very contagious, by the way, which is the exact opposite of afflicted people. Afflicted people share their affliction with us. They dump on us, basically. They dump garbage on us because, remember, they have to release like that kid right there throwing the tantrum. He built up so much he had to scream, okay, to release it, okay? So the affliction has to be released. So don't blame people. It's a natural thing. Otherwise, they go crazy, okay? Otherwise, they're going to start doing worse. It's better to let them release the energy by screaming, okay, than for them to hurt themselves or destroying things, okay? When you see at home, when you get into a fight where you know, one of the person in the fight starts throwing, like women, they throw plates at you. Happen to you, anyone? No? God, you guys are boring when you fight at home. How about throwing a lamp at you? No? Never happened to any of you? God, you Asians are boring. So they go crazy. They have to destroy. You see, that's the next level. When if you don't allow them to release it, if they don't scream, okay? A cat? He bites. There you go. So that's right, precisely. So they have to release it. If you don't let them release it, they go next level is they will start destroying. Okay, they start hurting someone because that's the next level of release. Okay? So it's better to let them scream. It's much less, much cheaper. So Wei Mong has a question.
Yes, I was talking with one of my colleagues, and she was saying that she was having a lot of afflictions with one of her clients, and I told her that never keep it to herself, to always invite everyone to her own afflictions with the client, like share it with the doctor, share it with the supervisor, share it with everyone she could think of in order to help the client. But that's not reminding me about that.
Very good. What did he say? Just kidding. Yeah. You see, another example is that child right there. He's a terror. He's looking for things to destroy. Sorry, I'm also multitasking. Okay, another child by an adult who is afflicted. Okay, where were we? Okay, yeah, the boy when he first came, he used to be very he used to be afflicted too himself. Now he's a lot calmer. It's because the parents are calmer, especially the husband is calmer. Okay, because afflictions, you infect others with your afflictions, whether you don't scream at them, but mentally you're passing that negative energy, the anxiety, okay? And the child has to release it, okay? All right, sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, when you calmer, you also spread the calm to people as well. Okay, so it works both ways. Calmness is actually positive energy, and it infects others. You can share the energy with others by simply being there yourself. Okay. Similarly, when you're angry and you have these negative emotions, you share it, you spread it as well. I lost contact here. I'm in the middle of something as well. Anyway, I like to. I think time is running out. Anyone has any other questions? Yeah. Yes, Moy Mountain. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. What happened to the screaming baby? I kind of missed the sound.
We basically kick him out. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
What happens, when you get overwhelmed? Sometimes it's really hard to not be afflicted. It happened to me this week. I got a bit overwhelmed. What do I do when that happens? I tried, saying the Buddha's name, and I was saying the Buddha's name right before I got overwhelmed, and then right after I got overwhelmed, but I still felt, kind of sad after that.
Then try something else. Not deciding Buddha's name is not enough. It doesn't work in that instance. You have to try other things. We teach you give you so many tools you can use. This is why it doesn't work. Try the next one. Try the next. Try the next. Yes, Red.
What are some ways we can deal with this better in our dreams? Because when things get stressful, I think a lot of people have very stressful dreams that basically getting afflicted while you're sleeping. So are there some ways to help with that?
Help them when?
When while we are sleeping.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure.
Please?
Questions about oftentimes when we are getting afflicted or are stressed out during the day, we have very stressful dreams, and we're basically getting afflicted while we're sleeping. So, and we cannot really do much like recite Buddha's name and while we're sleeping. So, there are some ways to help prevent or alleviate that.
At night, you mean?
Yeah, while we're asleep.
Okay. What you do is you recite the sleep mantra. Okay, and will calm you down. So you will get some relief on more external attacks. Okay. But if you're afflicted, you need to resolve it before you sleep. Okay, at your level, resolve the affliction is pretty easy. Okay, it's not that, it's not impossible. For some others, it's not always possible. Okay? All right, it's to be continued. Yes, YouTube question.
Didn't I ask, is an increase in samadhi simply mean an increase in our energy? So in other words, enlightenment is simply a state of mind directly correlated with our energy level?
Yes, it's a simplified model of the process. Yes, absolutely. Think of it not just energy, but think of it like building muscles of the mind. Okay, as your in samadhi increases, you have bigger muscles. You're stronger, so you can do more heavy lifting than before. Okay, so that's your innate ability that has increased. Okay, that enables you to address your problems much better, much quicker. Okay, so that's why just if you're aware of that, then naturally for us, because we've been exposed to that, naturally for us, meditation is actually a must for us daily, because that's how we maintain our strength, our health. Okay, think of like exercising. If you better off having a regular program exercises so that you maintain your health, your nice muscles. Okay. So that's why for us meditation is no longer like a waste of time, but actually it's necessary. We need to meditate every day ourselves because we function better as a person. Okay, as a Chicago girl said earlier, actually she feels happier, even when people are afflicted around her. Okay, and that rubs off on others around you as well. You too, go ahead.
Didn't I ask, so the key to enlightenment is mastering our own inner energy?
Not really. Energy is only an application. Energy is a way to explain to you the skills you're able to do. Okay, energy is simply a result of your wisdom. Okay, your wisdom is the key behind it all that enables you to deploy your forces, your skills to solve a problem. Okay, and part of which is explained through the dimension of energy, but there's a lot more going on in it. Okay, it's about wisdom. You learn to when you look at today's talk, it's about knowing how to resolve your problems, knowing how to retain control of, to be in command of the situation. Okay, by first and foremost keeping your head clear all the time. Okay, if you're able, look at it this way: in the midst of the storm, if you're able to retain your calm and not get afflicted, okay, then you will much better be able to handle the storm yourself. Okay, so it's That's called wisdom. Okay, wisdom, the ability to resolve the problems you face. All right. All right. Any other questions? So enlightenment is enlightenment is the ultimate, is a big prize for meditation. Okay, all meditation, all Buddhist meditation, the all whatever forms, whether it's Tibetan meditation through reciting tantras, whether it's Pure Land by reciting the Buddha's name, Chan like us by doing meditation, Hua To, and all those things. Okay, is in order for you to become enlightened, for us to become enlightened. Enlightenment is a big prize that is the unfolding of your inherent wisdom you already possess, but you just don't know how to use it. Okay, it's just like you have this treasure, okay, but you don't know how to use it. That's what's so annoying to us. We know, for example, you will be enlightened, okay? Hit him. Yeah, okay, that's another way of quickly is to resolve the problem. Okay, or kick him. You see? Before he would go around and scream and want to break things. Now he's enjoying himself. Do you notice that? He's enjoying himself. Okay, so that's positive energy. Okay, so enlightenment is the ultimate wisdom that will enable you to fix your biggest problem, which is death. Doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how rich you are, doesn't matter how strong you are, you cannot, you are helpless when death comes. So all you've done so far your entire life, you made a fortune. Okay, you became so successful. Okay, and then when death comes, knocks on your door, okay, that's it. Nothing you can do. You cannot take money with you. You cannot take your beautiful wives with you. You cannot take your children with you. You leave empty-handed. Okay, and because of that, because you're so attached to your wife, because you are so attached to your children, you know what's going to happen? You fall. You will suffer a worse fate. Okay, so that's the sad thing about it is that we spend our entire lives building something that really is meaningless, because when death comes, there's nothing you can do. It stops. Everything stops. Okay? Nothing can help you. But if you're enlightened, death is no longer the end for you. Okay? Death is simply turning the page. Now you can be free of the wife and the children and go to somewhere else, much better. Excuse me. If it interests you at all. All right? So enlightenment is that you are the master of your own destiny. Okay? So you can come and go as you please. You can do anything that makes sense to you. Okay? All right. Any other questions before we start? Okay, I'd like to make an announcement as well. If you allow me, give me a few more minutes. That is, we are wrapping up Chan Handbook number 2, our second book on Chan meditation. And we simply, for the last 3 weeks, trying to take a photo to do the cover. Okay, that's a final step for us. It's been ready. Okay, but just one photo might take another year or so. Okay, you will not believe the kind of obstruction we get doing these things. Okay, and after that, I plan to take some time, maybe a couple of months, to write the next Chan Handbook number 3. Okay, it's about American Weiyang is the title. Okay, we want to explain about this wonderful Chinese Chan, Weiyang Chan that Master YongHua, my late Chinese teacher, brought to this country, and we modify a little bit to turn it into American style. So we'd like to document it and explain something that actually even the Chinese don't understand the Weiyang lineage anymore. Okay, so the reason I'm announcing it is because I would appreciate your help, especially Chinese people or people who have some materials on these Weiyang patriarchs. Okay, we base our approach on the patriarchs' teachings. So what interests me is only patriarchs' teachings, meaning these people have wisdom, they're enlightened. Whatever they say is correct and useful to us. Okay, so help me if you can. Gather the Weiyang patriarchs' teachings. For example, maybe create a folder where we put it together. For example, one of Master, the late Wei Jue, the Taiwanese monk in Taiwan who is the first stage Arhat, he built a very big temple in Taipei, or Hsinchu, okay, close to Taipei. And he's very famous. He received numerous architectural awards. So it's a real monument to Chan meditation. And his disciple is here in Sunnyvale, and he's a guest lecturer at Stanford University. He has a PhD from somewhere, okay? This monk here, Taiwanese monk. So he translated some of the Weiyang things from Chinese into English. Translation is not bad. So I shared it. I took that and I shared it. And the reason I bring it up is because his explanation of what the Weiyang lineage is about is not good enough. Actually, it's incorrect. So my point is that most people don't understand Weiyang lineage at all. Okay, especially the Chan teachers, they don't understand because it's probably the most advanced Chan school in China. Okay, that's why it's discontinued, meaning that people are no longer able to receive instructions. They don't understand the original teaching anymore. Okay, and that's why my teacher had to bring it to this country to find the people who can receive it, okay, who understand it. So that's help everyone. That's help the Chinese as well. But we go back to the original teaching. Help me gather those materials so that I will start writing a book, and then introduce more materials from the Weiyang patriarchs to make it more valuable to both the Chinese and the Westerners. Okay? So help me out, please. And that's why I am making the announcement. Other than that, we can stop here. Thank you for your patience. You see now the boy, at first, I don't know you remember, he used to scream too. He used to cry too. Yes? Now he doesn't anymore. He just goes around trying to find something to break. That's what he does. Now he's having fun. Okay? Chan is fun, folks. Chan is a lot of fun, like Emily from Chicago said. Now it's actually fun to be able to be a good influence and help others in our small ways. Okay? All right. Thank you. Let's go to lunch.